Jacksonville Wholeness. We're going to be with
Eric.marlien from France.
Yes, DO, osteopath. You mentioned braces and how it affects the posture in class. There are parents out there in my city who just got their kids with braces, and they're starting to get pain. What's going on with them?
People have to know that every time you exert some forces at the face, at the mandible, at the maxilla bones, those forces are transmitted throughout the whole skull and even further to the spine. So everything you do to make the face straight can disbalance all the skull and all the spine. Purpose is too much. We want to have very straight, regular teeth, but it's not what the nature is. We have all some asymmetries, some gentle disbalance, which create who we are exactly. So, want it to be too much straight, it's like to be to obey stupid rules. Okay, and I can notice a lot of problems coming from such treatment. There is some abuse about the length of the treatment, in the purpose, and I see many people with headaches, with scoliosis, and after years with temporomandibular joint pain, arthrosis, with the meniscus of this joint destroyed, and it's too late to do something to repair. Okay, so nobody takes responsibility about all the consequences which may come after months or after years, sometimes 15 years later. So we have asymmetries, which is linked with the asymmetry, with our laterality, with the functional asymmetry of our two hemispheres, and the shape of our skull comes from the brain. If we make the shape of our skull faulty because of orthodontal work, we have some effect on the brain as well, about our cognitive functions, about how the mood may affect some depression and so on. So it depends on each people. Some quite easily the constraints of the dental treatment, but others will get sick very quickly. So pay attention to what you really want to do for your children.
I have a question. I don't know, it was years ago, but maybe it's still a thing. Pacifiers causing dental problems. When you give a child a pacifier, so like a little baby a pacifier, it may create problems.
Stop. In terms of mechanical constraints, it's less harmful for the baby. The problem is more for the development of the communication, the social engagement. It has to be used. Sometimes it's useful for a baby who has a lot of belly ache, a lot of spasms. That helps him or her to calm down. But we have to use it for a very short time, because after months, after years, baby gets used and started to learn how to speak with this device in the mouth that is not good at all for the quality of the communication, and that will more affect his relationship with other people than the skull itself.
Excellent. One more thing, you mentioned, I just want people to hear it from you instead of me, nursing from each breast, like asymmetry, because the child has to move their head ever so.
Yeah. We have some neurological patterns in connection with our laterality. And it's important, it's not it's for a good reason. We have two breasts. The women have two breasts, and so the baby needs to be fed on each side. When we use artificial feeding,
right,
it's very important to change the position from the left to the right, and to have a turnover. To develop some neurological patterns which are quite important for the psychomotricity.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm going to let you get back to eating food. Is there anything you want to talk to people about? There's mothers or people out there people really don't understand what we do. 100 years of osteopathic work, you can't do in an interview. So,
yeah, so many things about the dental treatment, orthodontic treatment. Human being developed for thousands and billions of years without orthodontic treatment. Okay, so we can survive without. Nowadays, the problem is the way we eat has changed a lot. We eat a lot of stupid things, a lot of junk food. We don't chew enough with consistent food and so on. So it's why there are so much problem of teeth. So if we follow a more natural way to eat with fresh products, and if we chew good products, spontaneously there is a balance which appears, even if at the very beginning, the teeth seems to be a totally twist. Mm-hmm. After time, it is good self-ability to restore the balance. So pay attention to don't try to have, hard goal to be the most beautiful as possible, because it's not true. Okay.
Asymmetry is beautiful.
Asymmetry is beautiful as long as it contains it is in a certain range. Of course, we have two kinds of problems: too much asymmetries or too much symmetry. That is exactly the opposite of the life. The life is everything but symmetry.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Okay.